All right, y'all. Okay. I have to share this out. I need to change up my gear. Hang on 1 second. I'll share this out. I also want to do something here, so make sure you all can hear me okay. Share this out. To do all of this before I came on. Hey, Miss Addie. Forget I need to do all of this. It's been a while. If you don't mind, Miss Addie, share this out. Shoot. I know all this supposed to be done before I come on live. Uh, goodness, what did I do with my other? Need to move some stuff out the way here. All right. I was just listening to this song, Trust the Process. I just decided impromptu that I would come live. And hi, good evening. All right, let me share this out. If you don't mind. And let me find my earbud pods. I'll be right back. No, I hope I know y'all probably can hear my feet. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. So it's like 23 people are watching. All right, y'all. I think I'm a little bit too late. Guess what I did? I washed my ear my ear pods, my buds, case, whatever. So, oh well. We're gonna see how that works. Might be another trip to the store. All right, so y'all, thank y'all for coming in. So what I'm gonna be doing is working on this pattern here. For those of you that follow me on TikTok, you heard me talk about this a little while ago. I decided I'm just gonna come on and do this live over here. And I made the jacket, and if I can find the jacket, I'll bring it. Go back and look for it. This is very impromptu, me coming on, so I'm just setting this up. That's why there's no picture, no nothing. Barely a caption in there. So I didn't want to be too late, too long. But for those of you that are watching, haven't this is your first time here, let me know. I know there's 14 now, eight of y'all watching. So let me know if this is your first time. But my name is Alethea. I'm the creator and founder of So Much Talent. And I normally do like impromptu. So it's been a while since I've been here. I did come on live maybe a couple of weeks ago working on a wedding gown. But I want to do a little bit more of this. So I'm going to be working on Vogue 1870. Tonight I'm going to be working on pants. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I'm going to be working on these pants right here. I already have them cut out. Already have them modified and everything. Um, I just need to cut a pair out and make sure they're still good for my body now. And if they are, then I'm going to go ahead and get into it and I'm going to work on them. So, what I need to do, I'm going to push this back over here. Um, you guys are currently in my studio. I'm going to see if I can slide this back a little bit because it's a little bit up too. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Um, what is this? Oh, what in the world? What kind of shenanigans is going on? The whole back of my phone just Jesus, the offense all around about me every day. All right, let me see what I can grab because usually when I do a mock up, I like to make it a wearable muslin, which means that it's a test garment, but I like for it to be something that I can wear if it works out, right? So I am going to do a test. Let's see. I was going to do like a sheet or something like that, but I'm just going to try this in a test, in a mock up. Let me see what I have over here. Um, You know what? I'm gonna see if I have enough of this because I made it's the exact consistency, almost the exact consistency of the weight. It is a stretch, may not be as much stretch. Let me show you the exact fabric that I'm gonna be working on. And actually gonna be doing two. And y'all, just so you know, we're gonna be doing a sew along in September. So the ladies decide they might want to do a sew along on this pattern or pantsuit pattern. So if you are interested and if you are a part of the So Much Talent Sewing group on Facebook, if you're not, you can join so that way you can get all the details and everything about the group. But we will be doing this again in September. Okay. Hey Erica, how art thou? Hey, hey. You thought about making the same suit, just finished Simplicity 3107 for fall. Okay. Sewing dress a girl dresses. You did say that. You cut out 6 dresses today. Oh, go Miss Erica. That's awesome. All right, so I am I know some folks say I talk a lot, but that's just my nature, y'all. I love to interact with my audience. So if I do talk too much for you, for your taste, then this might not be the broadcast for you. Because I'm very interactive. I love to joke, jive, and laugh. So I do look at comments and I try to answer back as much as I can see. So if this is not your cup of tea, I'm sorry, but if it is, thank you so much for being a part. Thank you for being here with me. Love it to life. No hard feelings. And I am going to, let's see. Oh, this is what I want. I'm going to be playing a little bit of YouTube uh, while I'm here. All right. And y'all, why stuff have like the whole back of my camera just slid off and came undone. What is that? I hope that's not doing anything, no damage to it or whatnot. All right. So I'm gonna change this out so I can be in a place where you can see me. Uh, here. So interesting. I definitely need to visit to the store. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make sure that my light is up and bright. Give me just a second here. All right. So who else is in the room? So I see people coming in and out, but y'all let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you've sewn this pattern before, I'm gonna show it to you again. It's Vogue 1870. Let me know if you've sewn this before, um, and what your experience has been like. All right, so tonight I'm just working on the pants, doing the pants muslin. So I'm not claiming to finish the whole pair of pants, but I am going to be working on the muslin part of it. Okay. And I get to test out my grandbaby's fabric weight. We did this over the weekend. All right. So again, this is the fabric. It's a soft white. It's a crepe uh, that I got from Kiki's Textiles. It is very similar to this fabric. It's not as stretchy. It has some stretch to it, but you can see it's not as stretchy. Okay, it has a little bit more uh, not as much stretch to it. So, but that's okay. This is going to give me an idea of how this is going to fit. All right. So, yeah, that's going to be good. So, I think it's going to be good enough. So, I do, like I said, have the fabric. Let me go grab my cutting board, ironing board real quick. The big boy. Can y'all hear my feet sloshing? All right. Just gonna move this up under the table. Anybody else sewing tonight? Turn this here so you guys can see me. It's hot. Okay. So I had two pants patterns out. And so just to recap, hey Lady Demetra, how art thou? So I had two pants patterns out tonight. And just to recap, I was maybe if I can download the video from TikTok, I'll put it on here so you can reference the conversation that we had. But we're talking about fitting, pants fitting, and the things that you need to do, the things that you need to think about when creating your own pants, whether you're doing a commercial pattern or if you're doing your own draft. Sometimes you might need to make changes or whatnot. But some of the things that you need to consider when creating your own pants is how your body is shaped. And I changed clothes so that you could see a little bit more of how my body's shaped and the things that I was talking about. So you can see that I have, and especially on this shirt, you can see how this wrinkles in here because it's a t-shirt. It's just a basic straight t-shirt. There's no adjustments to it. So on my body type, because I have a sway back to the booty or high butt, whatever you want to call it, these terms that you use usually references this type of shape. um, it crinkles back here because I have a short waist. And because I don't stand like this, where everything is straight in the back, I stick out like that. So my butt goes up. And when my butt goes up, then that makes everything above it squish, shrink, or fold, or crinkle up, whatever you want to call it. So I cannot ever wear like a straight dress or straight top or anything that doesn't have darts or anything in it, or it doesn't have a way of adjusting it. I can't wear it because it's going to always do that in the back, especially if it's ready made, because it's not created for my body type, right? It's a standard cut. So I generally have to make, especially on my tops, I have to make a short waist adjustment. So I have to shorten that in the back, maybe about an inch, inch and a half, just so it can lay smooth when it's on my body. Um, Also, now for my pants in particular, there's a couple of adjustments that I have to make. One, I have long legs, so shorter upper body, but long legs. I'm 5'7.5". Give me my half, unless I've shrunk, because I swear I think I shrunk some, y'all. But anyway, so I generally have to make adjustments for length, just a couple of inches, anywhere between 2 and 5 inches, depending on how the pants are made. I always have to make because I do have hips, right? And I have a butt, and now I have a little gut. So I have to make adjustments to the crotch to a standard pattern because the standard pattern is cut for standard sizing. And so those are the things that they don't tell you when you buy a pattern. They just have you focus on size, measure your size up against the sizes on the pattern, but they don't tell you about all the other adjustments that you have to make it look as good as the pattern does, right? Now, when they make these patterns, it's based on either like a mannequin size or just a standard um not business size, but company size or corporate size and whatever you want to call it. It's the industry size. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're gonna have to make some kind of adjustments because we're not all the same. Our bodies are shaped different, right? So because of the way I'm shaped, because of my hips, because I'm not flat in the back or don't have like a standard shape, or I'm not shaped like my mannequin right here. So this mannequin, this is a size 8 mannequin. Okay. So I'm not shaped like that. I got a little bit more, got a little bit padding back here, got a little bit of padding up here, got a little bit of padding here. So I have to make those adjustments. So you got to know your body, not just know how your body is shaped, but know the adjustments, know the issues that you have. And when I say issues, what do you always deal with when you wear your pants? Are your pants always too long, dragging the ground because you know you're short or petite, and you got to make those adjustments? That's kind of a general. Either you lengthen or shorten it. Um, are you short waist? So if you short waist, you're going to always need to make this shorten this in here, right? Because if not, then you're going to end up wearing high waist pants all the time, or pair of pants that's always up to here, because it's cut for a standard sizing. Um, Let me keep this up here to reference this. So with this shape, let me just take this off here. Okay. So you can see with her, she's like perfectly balanced out here. Let me move this around. Exactly, exactly. And most people don't know that. Most World War II, I think is what you're trying to say. Um, Most people don't know that. Me and another lady had a discussion about that the other day. But you can see that she's perfectly sized, like she's perfect from up under her bust to her waist, and from her waist down to here. She don't have any tummy. She don't have a whole lot of butt back here. It's just perfectly sized. The length of her back length and her hips. We all are not like that. We come in many different sizes, many different versions, right? So we have to make these fit us. So knowing your size, knowing your fit issues is key to getting a good fit with your pants. All right. So again, going back to what I have to do, I have to normally again do a full butt adjustment because I do have a back there, right? And it is wide. I've got a wide butt, so I have to accommodate for that, the sizing. Because this is a standard cut pattern, she doesn't have, not saying that this pattern is made for her, but basically it's cut for a shape about like this that hardly has anything. Because she does not have anything here, if I made a pattern that's cut for this body type, this right here is going to fight for fabric, and it won't ever reach my waist. So everything from my hip up to my waist is going to get pulled down to here. I mean, it's not as dramatic as I'm saying it, but maybe about a couple of inches down, because I have to have room for my seat, right? When I sit down, so just imagine when I sit down and bend, the fabric is going to go with my hip because my hip is fighting to get as much fabric as it needs so it can sit down and have room, right? So that means that I need to make a full butt adjustment. So I do that in a number of ways. I can do that by adding crotch length, because this is gonna cause my pants to pull down a little bit so I can sit. So I need to add length in here. So I need to add length in that center back seam, which is my crotch length. So I need to add room here. If I have a tummy and it's different from the pattern here, like it's not too largely protruding because I have something on, but if I need to make adjustments, I have to do the same thing to the front. Okay. Also, I would have to make adjustments to the hip, to the width, and everything. And also, what happens is my waist is a little bit smaller than my hips, so I always have to make adjustments to my back width. Like there's always gaping in the back. So I have to make sure that that back seam is mesh or flesh to my body. So I generally have to take that in the back seam. Okay. Um, okay. So so I have to do a couple of measurements in order to get this done. All right. So if I don't make those adjustments, then you hear, I don't know if you're familiar with frown lines or drag lines in your pants, like this right here. If you could see this right here, how that goes down, these are drag lines. Now, these are knit pants. These are my athleisure pants. So I'm not really worried about that. See how I just pulled that up and that kind of took care of that. But if you have lines like this, these are drag lines. If these are normal occurrences in your pants, then these are things that you have to deal with, like right in this area, right in here. All right. You have to adjust the crotch, and you also sometimes have to adjust the inseam, the inside leg seams. Um, what else? So these are the measurements that you have to take. All right. These are the measurements that you need to make to adjust. Am I feel like I'm missing comments. All right. So to make sure that you have the proper measurements, there's 3 sets of measurements that you need to take. All right. Need to reference. Let me see. There's 3 sets. There's 1 set that you need to take, but there's 3 sets of measurements that you need to reference in order to get a good fit. All right. So one, you got to take your own body measurements. All right. So you need to make sure you take your waist measurement. You need to make sure you take your waist measurement, your natural waist. Now, if you're a little fluffy like me, don't know where your waist is, or it's hard to find, which sometimes that happens, um, put your hand right there where your groove is, where you can find your natural waist. It's generally about an inch above, 3/4 to an inch above your belly button. Your belly button is not your natural waist. So make sure that you find that place, bend if you need to, so you can find it. And then you take your natural waist measurement, write that down. I generally write these down either on a piece of paper, and I do it every time I do pants because my weight fluctuates and change. So I'll take my, and you want to make sure you don't have a whole lot of clothes on, a lot of thick clothes, because you want to take natural actual measurements, and you want to make sure that it's parallel to the floor. All right, this tape measure don't need to be up like this or down like this. It needs to be parallel to the floor. Okay. Any other adjustments that you need to make, like sometimes you might have a full tummy or you might have a full upper belly, but you need to make sure this is parallel. Everything else will make adjustments in the process. Okay. Hey, Miss Patricia, how are you? I am live. How art thou? All right, so your waist, actual waist measurement, and rule of thumb, do not pull tight your tape measure, okay? Take your actual measurement. Try to make sure that your finger is not behind it. Okay, so pull it up. Try to make sure that your finger is not behind it, but flush to your body. All right. And take that, whatever that measurement is, write that down. Okay. Because, like I say, the fit, the width, and everything, you can make adjustments later. All right. But you want actual body measurements. All right. And you want to take your full hip measurement, the fullest part of your hip, and that too needs to be parallel to the floor. And if you want to get an accurate measurement, pull your tape measure to the side. Okay, again, try not to put your finger behind it, okay? And make sure that it's parallel to the floor all the way around, okay? At the fullest part. That's 2. All right. Then you want to make sure that you take your crotch measurement. You can do 3 crotch measurements. You can do the front crotch measurement with, you're going to take your measurement, measure right where the crease of your hoo-ha is. Okay. See that little metal part there? And I'm going to show you other tools that you can use. And I think I put those away, y'all. I think I actually threw those away, but I'll show you what you can use. All right, so you want to place that there right between your legs and bring that tape measure up to your natural waist. All right, that's your front crotch measurement. So you want to take that measurement and record that. All right. Now you want to go backwards and do the same thing. And you want to go from the same center spot, your crotch area, right there at the center. And if you have pants on like me, you can feel that center seam right there. That's where you want to start. And you want to bring your tape measure all the way up. Don't pull it tight. Just let it flow naturally all the way up to your natural waist. Okay. That's your back crotch measurement. Make sure you write that down. Okay. Um, I want to show different tools that you can use. All right. So you can also, I've seen people do like a whole crotch length measurement. That's not going to be accurate because you're not the same in the front and the back, and you can't make your measurements equal. Like if it's a if your crotch length is 20, you can't add 10 to the front and 10 to the back. That's not going to work because you're not created equal in the front and the back. All right. So you need to make the adequate adjustments by taking both. And then you can do, just to make sure you got it right, just to give yourself a gauge, you can do one total measurement. But you got to make sure that you're measuring right at the waist in the front and right at the waist in the back in the same places. Okay. And then gauge your measurements according to that. And then one other one that you want to do is a crotch depth measurement. Now you can take this measurement and measure from your actual waist to the full part of your hip. All right, to the fullness of your hip, or the better thing to do, because you want to make sure that you're getting right where the crotch is, right? You want to measure at your waist down to the a hard. You need to sit on a hard surface, hard chair, and measure from that waist to that hard surface. Okay, and that's going to give you a crotch length, a crotch depth measurement. Why that's important is because that's going to start showing you. If you notice on your pattern, you have on your pants pattern, you're going to have a crotch length. Usually there's a line for crotch length or crotch depth measurement or crotch line. So you have a crotch line on here. So this is where you're going to start curving out for you to have room to sit down in. Okay, that line is going to give you notification of where you need to start curving out. Okay, so now if you notice, this pattern piece has already been adjusted. All right, I wish I had another pants pattern out so I can show you actually how the back looks, but this front, it doesn't look too much different from the front except for it's just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. But if you notice that this pattern kind of looks like a slope, right? It looks like it's a shoot, right? So this is for somebody that doesn't have much butt, okay? Not a whole lot to work with, all right? One of the things that you want to remember is you see right here, if you have a full butt like me, or you got some action going on back there, a little bit of junk in the trunk, your pattern is not going to look like a slope. All right. It's going to be more cut out, more curved out. It's going to look more like a J because it's scooped out. Right. When it's scooped out, that means you have more room to sit down in. So that means that when you're sitting down, your butt has more room to work in. Okay. If you don't have anything back there, if you're a little bit flatter, not real big back there, then you need less room. So that means you don't need as much fabric in there, right? I mean, not need as much fabric, but you don't need as much space in there. So you're going to bring your fabric level up, right? If you don't do that, then you're going to have like little bagginess in the back of your seat. You're going to look like you got a diaper booty and stuff like that. So you don't want that. All right. So just remember, uh, the bigger the butt, the more scooped out the back's gonna be. The less butt you have, the more slope it's gonna look because you don't need as much room in there. All right. So let me go get those extra little tools that I'm gonna show you, because as I was on live today, one of the ladies did bring to our attention, she made a good point, and I see this a lot. There are a couple of things that you can use. Um, show you what I use here. I usually just take my measurements, but there are a couple of things that can help you. All right. So this curve ruler, or this adjustable ruler, is good for taking your crotch measurement, right? Because it curves and it adjusts to the shape of your body, right? So you just take this measurement wherever it is, and there's a zero there, so shows you where to start. You can actually, if you want to start that here, you start that here and then bring this all the way up like this to your waist. All right. And this will kind of mold to your body. All right. So my waist is probably about right there. So that's kind of, it's a little bent up, whatever, but let's start that over. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but kind of gives you where your measurements are and where your shape needs to be. And this is about right. Let me turn this way. All right. So this is about where my waist is, my natural waist. All right. So, and that's basically about how I look, because I've got a little tummy there, and you got to come up under that crotch area over that little tummy, and that's my little belly. That's my stomach right there. So, and you notice that it keeps its shape. Now, if you don't have a ruler like this, a flexible ruler, you can use some aluminum foil to do the same thing. Okay, you could just get this and curve it. I mean, just scrunch it up like this, and it'll do the same thing. Just start right there at your crotch area. Okay, and just make sure you're standing up straight, right there where your stomach is. Okay, so look at there. Still pretty much got the same thing, right? Got pretty much the same curve. Now, the curve itself is not so much important as it is getting that measurement. Okay. But this will kind of help you see how what that looks like, because we're not necessarily trying to curve the line out like this, but we're trying to get that measurement. Okay. And so mine is usually about 11 and a half crotch length. All right. And that's basically what that is. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to go out and get all these extraordinary tools or whatnot. Use what you have until you can get what you need. All right. Well, let me see some of these comments. See if there were any comments. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I always take my measurements every time I do, and I do date my sheets whenever I mark it down, because I like to know, you know, how I move from one day from one time to the other. Now, if I'm making a outfit or something back to back, then I don't take my, I don't take my measurements then. But if it's been like a month or two or something like that, then yeah, I'll take my measurements again. But I do like to date it. Um, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into cutting this out. I do like to, let me put this over here. I do like to press out my tissue paper because it's been in the package folded up. And the reason why I like to press it out is because I want to make sure that it's stretched out where it needs to be. It's flat. There's no crinkles in it, because the more crinkles you have, it takes up space. Space equals centimeters, equals inches, equals millimeters. So you want to make sure that you are getting the max out of your pattern. So this was the old one that I actually used for my mock-up, my original mock-up. So I'm not going to use these. But what I found out, I had already mocked up another pattern to use. It's not this one. Those two go together. Okay, so what I found, which was very interesting, is that I generally, the one of the comments that I made is that you're generally going to have to make the same type of measurement. It doesn't matter if, now, if you lose a significant amount of weight, then you might not have to make as detailed or as much of an adjustment. But your body shape generally does not change, meaning like I'm a sway back, I'm gonna be a sway back. If I'm a big sway back or a small sway back, I'll be a small sway back. Certain adjustments I'm gonna have to make regardless, right? Now, if I like lose a ton of weight or whatnot, then I might not have to make a full butt adjustment. But I am going to have to make a sway back adjustment. I may have to make that gaping adjustment. But I'm going to always check it. I'm gonna always check it. Do It's best to do a mock-up. So once you take your measurements and apply your measurements to your pattern, adjust your pattern, then you can see what adjustments that you need to make. But it's always necessary. To me, it's necessary to do, especially when fitting pants. Now, one of the things I want to make sure I lengthened that particular pattern by 10 inches because it was a crop pants. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. And if you were following me when I made the Zendaya mock-up, you know this. But this was the Zendaya, this was the pants that I used for the Zendaya mock-up because I like the line drawing. But I didn't want them short like this. I wanted them long. And so this is what I had at the time. I bought this pattern after I cut it out. This pattern is pretty much the same line drawing. It's just a longer version, right? And this one has pin tucks in the front. So I may even do the pin tucks. I don't know. But but this is what I discovered today. When you draft out your pattern according to your body measurements, your adjustment should pretty much be about the same. So if you notice, pretty much this is pretty much the same, right? Now there's just a little bit slightness right there that's peeked out a little bit more than what it needs to be. So I'm going to check that. So on this one that I'm going to use today, because this one's a little bit short, I didn't increase that as much as I did this one. So I may have to cut this off a little bit, take some of that out. But I'm going to do my muslin first, and then I'll find out. But the measurement is pretty much the same, right? Can't lie about that. So I needed that. Now, here's the thing that I found out recently that this is why you don't ever get to a place where you feel like you know everything. Always have room to listen and learn. I'm 58 years old. I've been sewing for 50 years and sewing for others for 40 years, but I'm still learning. And so pants have always been an issue for me. And even though I can share my process of where I am up to this point and how I got here. And I even share this with others on another platform. But I was struggling with why my pants always were high. Like once I put the waistband on, and because I had to realize two things. One, I like wearing my pants low. I don't like my pants, the waistband at my waist. Like I don't like the line there. Like with the athleisure pants, it's fine. I don't mind that, because they're soft, they don't feel high, they're snug. But for pants that has a waistband, has a zipper, has the hook and eye, it just felt like it was just right up here. So I had to realize that I don't like my pants. I don't like high waist pants on most things. I like wearing my pants, especially like my denims. I like wearing them low waisted, right? So which that means is you have to decide that if you want how you want to wear your pants. Do you want the top of your waistband right at your waist? Or do you want the top of your waistband a high waistband? Like for me, if I don't make adjustments to this, my waistband is going to be right here, the top of it. That's high waist. So what I've learned and found out from listening to others and talking to others, that I needed to deduct from the top of my waistband the amount of the waistband. So if my waistband is 1.5 inches, I need to take 1.5 inches off because that's going to drop me down to where I want to fall, right? So I need to um I need to make sure I am calculating that into my fit, right? So that was a aha moment for me. It's like, well, that makes sense. It makes sense. So with that being said, you need to see where the designer designed the pant for the pants to fall, right? Now here it looks like her waistband is falling, the top of her waistband is falling at her waist, right? So for whatever reason, when I did my crotch length and everything, I didn't factor in taking out the amount of the waistband. I put that mark all the way up to that meant that the waistline, the waist seam was right at my waist. And then I had to add another 1.5 or 2 inch waistband, which is going to put me right here. So that's why. And I don't know why that didn't come to me in the first place, but it didn't. And so I learned, and it makes sense. So I'm going to factor that in today. And I'm going to deduct that from my waist all the way around and see how that falls. Okay. So I don't want this one. This goes with the old pattern. I need this. So anybody sewing tonight? Anybody? Anybody? Thank y'all. See 7 people watching. Thank y'all for watching. And I hope any of that I said made sense. All right, so y'all got so many contraptions around here. So make sure. This is why it's so important to smooth your paper out so that you get the maximum of your every bit of every inch of your pattern, right? You don't want to fold it, crease it in places that don't need to be creased because you want to make sure that you're getting everything out of it. Notice I'm not steaming it. And for those of you that's been sewing for a long time, you already know this. Addie, if you're still here, were you able to share this out to Facebook? Do you prefer a straight waistband or contour? It depends on the pants, Erica. It depends on the pants. Most times for me, for my body shape, it generally has to be contoured because I have a curved shape or sway back. I generally have to most times have it curved. If not, I have to contour my waistband to make it fit. Like I have to taper it in. But generally, a contoured waistband works better for me. But a lot of times, if I'm in a rush, I'm moving fast, then I'm gonna do it straight. But I still have it gapes, so I have to make the adjustments. Let me see if I can share this out. I just tried. All right, I'm back with y'all. All right. So Patricia says I have a curved ruler. Thanks for showing how to use it. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so let me get this other piece. Again, I've already made the adjustments to mine. So generally, I have to slash and slide in order to get what I need because for me now, for some, the pattern pieces, when you measure your crotch, it might come out just right. So I won't go into details, but you do want to make sure that you mark out your seam allowance all around the edge of your pattern and measure from your seam allowance because that's what's going to count. Because once your pants are sewn up, everything after that is what's going to be the issue, right? So you want to add anything extra to your seam allowance. So you want to make sure that you mark out your seam allowances and measure around your crotch length. This is your crotch. Measure that from your seam allowance. All right. So you can't hear. Can anybody else not hear me? Can anybody else hear or no? Let me know if you can hear me. Can y'all hear? Type in yes or no. I don't know if can I make a comment? Can I type in here? Um, you can hear me? Okay. You can hear me? Okay, you can hear now? All right. All right, good. Went out and came back in. Okay, yeah. I don't know what the problem is. But if it continues to do that, let me know. Demetra, we missed you. Okay, so let me print this. All right, so keep in mind if you tape your pattern up, make sure that you do not press over your tape, right? Because the heat is going to make it scrunch up. So, which I just almost did that. Well, I did that. So you got to make sure that you press it on the opposite side. But yeah, Lady Demetra, I was saying we missed you last night in our book club. We actually did the movie last night. So that was a lot of fun. Um, we watched Devil Wears Prada last night. For those of you that don't know, we have a social, So Much Talent has a book club. Um, social, our book social is what we call it. All right, so I am going to put this aside for a second, and I want to make sure I'm going to test the theory out, y'all, and measure. I'm going to take out this waistband. The air conditioner is blowing. Where's my, oh. All right, so I am going to need my marking pen. I'm going to use a different color, I think. Yeah, I'm going to use the green instead. The red is for my seam allowance. All right, so I'm going to take about 1.5 inches off, okay? And drop that down. Yeah, we're going to do more. We enjoyed it. We did the Devil Wears Prada 1, and it was a lot of fun. So, but we decided we want to do it again. We have our new book coming up. We're going to start the new book August 3rd. So we got a little bit of time. So I'll put the announcement in the group for the new book. Uh, Now I'm not going to completely cut that off. I'll just fold it because I might need to readjust it, right? So what I did was took 1.5 inches off because I want to test the theory about the waistband. All right. Come on, stop moving. I could cut my vent down. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold this under, and I'm gonna cut this here so it will fold properly. Let me do this in one more place. And I'll put some tape back there to make sure it folds correctly. But yeah, that's a good question, Erica, about the type of waistband because there are different types of waistbands. But if you're like me and you have a sway back, um, everybody's not straight around, as the pattern would suggest when you're cutting a waistband out. Everybody's not straight around. So you have to kind of make your waistband contour to your body. So if you're like me, a curved waistband or contoured waistband will work better for your body. Most waistbands are cut just a straight waistband. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but sometimes you'll find that in your back, um, the waistband gapes in the back, gapes open or peeks out a little bit, and you wonder why, because that's what it is. Now, you could always go in and put a seam in the waistband, or um, I would say you can curve it out, but then you would take some of your width off of your waistband. But you could always curve your waistband out naturally yourself, just manually curve it out. Um, you said, Erica says, I plan to knock off that black and white 1 inch stripe jacket Amanda wore with those vented two-piece sleeves with the different three-quarter gold jewel buttons on each sleeve. Amanda, yeah, Patricia, a lot of people don't realize that. That's why I said when it comes to commercial patterns, you're just gonna get a flat. You're gonna get a flat pattern and you'll get flat instructions. You're not gonna get the details of what you need to make it look good for you. That's why a lot of people get frustrated if you don't learn, if you're not taught by somebody who can explain the little things. Like most people will explain the basics of sewing, right? They'll explain how to sew, how to stitch, and how to zigzag and how to sew in darts and stuff. But the next phase of that is um, fitting. Yeah, I'm trying to find my tape. I just cleaned up and put a bunch of stuff away, so I need to figure out um, my tape situation and what I did with it. I just had two. I bet I put them both up here. Yep, that's what I did. Oh, Amanda Priestley. Okay, yeah. Is it Amanda Priestley or Meredith? Was it Meredith? Amanda was the no Anna. Anna, Andy, whatever her name is. Was it Amanda Priestley? I just watched it. Lord, I would lose the trivia. Y'all, here's a tape in my face. Why is it like that? Sometimes you can see it. I just looked over here and I didn't see it. Then other times, like after the fact, then just like, oh, was it Amanda Priestley? Yeah, if I was in a trivia, I probably be done lost that one. And I don't watch this movie like 100 times, so I think it's something else. All right. The reason why I'm cutting this up, and I just explained that, so because it's got a little slight curve to it, and I want to make sure that while I'm folding this waistband down to get the new fit, that it's uh-oh, that it's gonna lay right. Yeah, and it's a good thing in a way. It makes it easy when you're altering them. It makes it easy when you're altering them that they're in 2 pieces like that, and you don't have to take the whole waistband and undo it. Um, alright, so there we go. So, this is gonna make my by me cutting this down, this is my hip line right here, right? So, do you see where that's falling at? And 5/8 of an inch. So 5/8 of an inch is about right here. So when I put that waistband on, it's gonna fall about right here. So that's a good thing. All right. So you might be cooking with oil. You might be cooking with oil. And that would be okay with me. Miranda. That's her name, Miranda. Miranda. I was thinking Meredith or Miranda Priestley. Amanda sounded almost right, but it didn't wasn't quite right in my head. Miranda Priestley. That's it. I should not forget that name. All right, so let me go ahead and get this pattern out the way because it's just in the way. Now I need to see if the waistband. Now notice y'all see when I folded this up, I didn't fold it up perfect. Some people will and go in there nice and neat and fold it, but I'm gonna press it out anyway. There shouldn't be no excuse, but that's what's gonna happen. Right? That's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna get pressed out anyway. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll go ahead and do it all nice and neat and take my time. And other times I'll be like, I need to hurry up and move. All right, so let me see. Oh, you know what I think I just did? I think some of the pieces. Oh, here they are. All right, I'm gonna look for that waistband. Um, there's a pocket in here. Is there a pocket in here? I may not do a pocket. That's the collar. All right, trying to hurry up. Nope, that's a fly. So what is that? That's the 6 inch. I guess I am gonna need that um little fly extension. So that's for the pants. And y'all, sometimes y'all didn't see me just cut that with this, but yeah. I think my other one is the one I cut my patterns with. I mean my fabric with. Does it have pocket? That's the collar. I keep picking the collar up. That's a collar too. All right, so somewhere there's some pieces missing. And I don't know where they are. Did I cut them all out? So let me look in here and see if this pants have pockets. Oh, wait, here's something in here. Huh, well, look at there. Well, that's the waistband. All right, so the waistband is a contoured waistband. All right, so you can see the difference. It's curved. It has a concave and a convex curve to it. Whereas opposed to a straight waistband. All right, so there you go. That's the waistband. But does it have pockets? That's what I need to know. If it don't have pockets, it's okay. Most times I like pockets. Sometimes I don't have to. This does not have pockets, which is good. So this is gonna fit like those 1970s style pants, the bootleg cut pants, flared with the pin tuck pleat. And is this a mock extension? This is for B. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and press these out anyway. Now, mind you, I just did the mock up, so I haven't made this particular style yet. I decided to go with the other one instead. So, but I think for time's sake, just to test the fit, I am just going to stitch up the center front, baste the center front together along the center front line, or pin it. Let me say pin it, because if I base it, then I won't be able to get in it. All right. So at least I know I have those pieces. All right, so let's get moving. Let's get to sewing. Uh, you said you made an O and Klein Vogue pattern that had vertical double welt pockets. Uh, on the front pants leg. Really? Welt pockets on the front pants leg. I have to see that one. You got to post a picture in the group so we can see it. And I hope I have enough of this. I should. Now, because this fabric does not have a nap to it, I don't have to sew both pieces the same direction. A nap means that it has either a print, a one-way design print, whether it's stripes or anything, or it has a pile or fur or a nap or something that you can brush up one way and down the other, or like some satins. My pins just went crashing to the floor. Or some satins have a one-way sheen to it. Okay, so I'm going to end up cutting that. All right. Now let me make sure, because okay, to make sure I had enough down there, because of the adjustments that I had to make here. Okay, let me do it this way. I still need to. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be enough. Let me pull. Hang on, let me do this here first. Because there's a piece in the back that's cut out, y'all. Let me do it from this way, because I know what's down on this end. I can't just lay them side by side, even though it's got a wide width to it, because the bottom is wide and the top is wide. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way, so that way I can have space in here if I need it, all while I'm trying to make sure that the grain is good. Okay, I'm going to come over as close as I can. All right, now I need to go from this way down. Okay, so I'm a little bit challenged right here. Is it gonna be better this way? No, it's not even that much better that way. All right, so I'm gonna be a little bit challenged. Mhm. So I'm gonna see if I can, let me see, go down a little bit. All right, we'll put this here. Still not gonna be enough. All right, y'all. So now I gotta figure this out. Let's see where my stretch is. I want my stretch that way. All right, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can make this work the other way. Yeah, it seems like my air conditioner come on at the wrong time. All right, I'm gonna flip this over here. Y'all, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. Cut panels for the bottom of the pants leg. When it comes to the nap, I still cut in the same direction. Um, what do you mean when it comes to the panel? When it comes to cut the panels for the bottom of the pants? What does that mean? Let me think, let me think, let me think. Let me think, let me think. Now I did know, um, I'm thinking according to the other pants pattern, this was just a little bit wide, maybe about an inch. Um, let me make sure it's about an inch. I better say maybe about 3/4 of an inch too wide. So I'm gonna see if that can help me a little bit. This is a little bit too pointed. And the pants that I actually cut out were a little bit too wide. So let me see here. Put that there just like that. I'm not gonna put no tape in it just yet. All right. Add sections. Narrow bottom of the pants. Yeah, I could narrow the pants. That would probably make a little bit more sense to narrow the pants, but I don't know about the panel part. Um, yeah, let me. All right, so let me try the narrow. Let me try the narrow part. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to. I need to. Hang on. The air blowing just won't let me be great, y'all. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I am gonna do the narrow part. So This part don't have to be as wide, although I would love it, but it don't have to be as wide. So I'm just gonna cut up the leg. And I'm just doing this to make sure that I can overlap it just a little bit. It's not changing anything. It's not changing anything up there. It's just changing the bottom. All right. Guess I should have decided how much I want to overlap. So that was about, where's my little marker at? So I'm going to overlap that. Looks like about 1.25 inches. Still got a little bootleg cut to it. All right, so let me see. It was actually about 1.5 inches. Make sure that was the same over here. All right, so that's 1.5 inches. Ugh, sorry. Hang on 1 second. All right. Okay, can y'all still see? Erica, what is a knees to add length at the hemline? All right. You know what? I'm gonna change what I did here. The reason being because I don't want that to. Well, you know what? That might work though. I was gonna change that, but bringing that in the thigh part a little bit might be a good thing. So I just brought my legs in. Actually, a total of it was about 1.5 inches. I'm gonna see if that's gonna be the ticket. I'm gonna pin this first. Uh-oh. Like something's caught in my ear. All right, I'm just gonna pin this. Now, if this will work a little bit, just that 1.5 inches, then I know if I decrease the other one, that's gonna work. The other leg, that's gonna work. If it's not enough, then I might have to go back in and do some more. I'm gonna pinch this just for now, just to see. And I was supposed to be putting some music on for you, and I may go back in and just move that measurement to the knee. I could always take this in up here if I need to. All right, so let's see. How can I do this? Okay. Yay. All right, that's gonna do it, y'all. And not only is it gonna do it, but it gives me a little bit extra. Just that inch and a half on each pants leg actually saves me some fabric. So that way I still had some to get the other part in, like my waistband, stuff like that. But this actually saves me a little bit of fabric. All right, so I just got to make sure that this is over enough. All right, so yeah, that's going to work moving that over an inch and a half. All right, you said to lengthen the fabric, you add fabric panels at the hemline. Sometimes using a contrasting fabric is like satin. Oh, okay. Hey, Will, how art thou, sir? Good to see ya. The panel would look like, okay, so no, I don't want to add panels to it, Eric, because I want this to be a wearable muslin. So I'm trying to make it as wearable as possible. So I don't want to add anything in it. But I did bring this back about 3/4 of an inch. That helped. And then I brought in the hemline about an inch and a half. All right. So actually 3 inches, because I overlapped. I measured an inch and a half on each cut line. So it's actually 3 inches that I brought in on the hemline. So that really helped a lot. All right. So, but what I think I'm going to do is go back up here, and instead of bringing that in all the way up to the crotch line, I'm just going to bring it in from the knee, and I'll make the adjustment there. Okay. Um, Let me pin this back and see how that's going to work. All right, tape. What did I just do with you? Just see what I did with the tape. And I know it's looking at me. I know it's right here in my face. Here it is. I know what you're talking about though, Erica. Yeah, no, I want to. It's almost like adding a cuff to it. No, I don't want to do that. All right, so I'm just gonna pin this back and tape that back in place there, and I'm gonna make my cut where that there's a lengthen slash and lengthen line. I'm gonna move my lines out right there instead. See, with just a few, this is why I say it's important to iron your pattern pieces, because a little bit of inch can go a long way. Little centimeters, they add up. Like a quarter of a seam allowance is one whole inch out your fabric. And an inch can go a long way in width world. When you need that inch, a quarter of an inch goes a long way. All right, so I'm just going to bring this all the way out without cutting the edge. Bring this all the way out here without cutting that. All right, I'm gonna overlap this. Come on, get over there. All right, so this is what this is gonna mean for me is it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit. It's gonna work. Okay, why are you not moving? What was that? All right, so I still may need to go up a little bit to make that, because you see how it's buckling right here. All right, so I'm still gonna need to make that adjust so that it won't be doing that, because object is to make the pattern lay flat, to continue to lay flat. So now I got to do what I got to do to make the pattern lay flat. All right, hey Diamond, how art thou? The back leg hem is 1 inch wider than the front. Thank you, Miss Erica. I appreciate you. It's already cut. So by me just making the adjustments, it's going to stay, the dimensions should stay the same. That shouldn't change. Uh, all right. Bring this up a little bit more. Really shouldn't have to come up all the way like this, but just enough so it stops puckering. I just need that part right there to stay flat. Okay. All right. So just right there. Yeah, by me cutting the back the same amount of inches, if the back is already cut bigger than the front, then the dimensions shouldn't change by me cutting it. Should still be the same 1 inch difference. All right. That seemed like a lot of adjustments just for 3 inches at the hem, right? But you have to take in consideration when you change anything on the pattern, it's going to affect something else. So you got to make sure that you keep that in mind and check that so you're not in trouble somewhere else. So this is what I'll be checking because this adjusts the width probably about 3/8 of an inch right in here. So I'll be checking for the fit there when I try this on because that brought that in right in here, right in the thigh area, probably about 3/8 of an inch on this back leg, which is probably okay. It's probably gonna be good. Um, all right, so that's that for the back leg piece. So I'm gonna bring um, this in because I want to keep everything symmetrical like it was from the beginning. All right. Are you sewing tonight, Diana? All right, so there's a line right here, which is the that pentuck line. I'm just gonna kind of go parallel to that pentuck line. And just gonna go straight up here. All right. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches from that cut line on that side. No, that's not. Is that 1.5? Was that 1.5? Yeah. I'm just marking the 1.5 inch line right at the very bottom. I just need to cross it over right there. I just need both of those to come together. Come together right now. All right. Let's make sure. All right. It just looked a little bit wide down there. What were you sewing? Were you working on your skirts? Were you working on your skirts you had to design? So this is why sewing is not just sewing. Sewing is drafting, draping, creating, making sure lines are straight and set. So this comes in, this is going to adjust the width on this too. So I got to check this, but when I try these on, then I'll make sure that they're right. Because it is changing up the lines in here on this particular one. But this is why we test this out. Okay, so now mind you, I haven't test fit these yet. I'm gonna move this up some because I want to make sure that this line here is good. Okay. There we go. Now hopefully this will make this fit good. So we're gonna see. All right. That's why it's important to press it out too before you get started. So that way you don't have to do the pressing your pattern after the fact. Everything is laid out flat and smooth so you can be able to work with it easy. All right. So my question was how many were we to do? Because I think you said 3 last night. It's 3. Yeah. You remember I started out with 5. Y'all had 5 skirts to design, but now I brought it down to 3 so that everybody could get theirs done. And so we can go ahead and wrap this session up. All right, now one thing I noticed right here, apparently I didn't get to this part right here. I don't know if you can see this right here, but see how that goes in? So I need to make that adjustment right there. I need to true this up over here on the side. I need to round that back out. So I need to put some paper here um, to make sure I smooth this back out. So I always like to keep some tissue paper handy. This is just that gift wrapping tissue paper. Same quality, same type of fabric, and plus it's see-through. So I can use it to make my adjustments. But I think, Diana, you already did your 3, right? I don't need this whole sheet of paper, but, while it's here, I can work with it. Now, I also have a ruler, a curved ruler that will help me curve the hips out a little bit. But I think what I'm gonna do, instead of doing that, I'm gonna use the front piece to make my adjustments. Where is my pen? All right. Because the front and the back pieces match up together. So I'm gonna use that to curve. Did I have to add this in? Now this is probably about how much I had to change on the inseam. Uh-oh, move that a little bit. That's about how much I had to change on the inseam. Now I'm gonna true this up a little bit, and the reason why I am still, make sure it's blended in right. I think some of that happened when I pressed it just a minute ago. I am gonna get my curve ruler and go over it instead. That's gonna make it better. I keep doing that. Why? Um, no, curve ruler is right here by me. All right. It's my curve ruler right here. So, all right. Bring it a little bit off of the edge. Okay. It's a little too happy with the pen. So it was almost good. But what made a difference is the back, not the back, but the front piece right here, because I have it curved over like this, it makes this top part up here a bit funny. But, all right. So now when I get ready to sew that, that's going to work the way it should. All right, so let me go ahead and get my paper scissors. I just needed that little piece back there. All right, now I can actually cut this out. Now, if I need to make any adjustments after those little bit of adjustments that I made, I'll see this in this pattern here. Okay, now I can go ahead and cut this out. So I'm gonna lay this out. Here, and I did want to cut just a little bit length on it. The reason why I wanted to do just a little bit length is because I want to make sure that it's as long as I want. I think I remember, but I'm not sure. Oh, wait, we did this the other way. If I do it this way, then I have more room. Yeah. Okay. So it's amazing how the one piece, if I did it the one way, then I wouldn't have any room. But I think it's just a matter of me having to turn the pieces up a different way. Okay. All right. So let's commence the cutting. I'm gonna cut this one out over here first. That way I can pull this piece up and get it cut out. I do have to make sure that it's lined up good. can bring this over just a little bit so it's not interfering. So I gotta make sure that the grain line is good. All right. Yay. Y'all, I'm excited. I need to pull this up a little bit though. There we go. Straighten that back out. This is just like baking. If you bake, it takes a while you got to make sure all your ingredients and everything is in there good. Let me put some here to hold this down because I want to make sure that little pucker in my mat is not going to cause me to lose anything. Put my jar buttons right there to weight it down. All right, so I want to add some inches, a couple of inches to it. Get mine. Once I do this, it's not going to take long for me to put it together just to try it on to see what it looks like. I'd rather cut my pants out too long than not long enough. See, by me shortening it, the width of it, narrowing the width, not shortening, narrowing the width, I was able to make my pants a little bit longer. All right, otherwise I wouldn't be able to. So I could actually bring this down a little bit. Need to bring this over. I have to bring that over some. Make sure I get that edge in there. All right, let me grab my big boy scissors and I can cut this out. Make sure that this is flat. I'm not going to use my rotary cutter right now because I'm laying on two different mats. Now I'm going to bring this up here because sometimes when it's stretchy like that or fabric tends to fall, it'll pull your fabric down. Whenever you cut, you want to always use long strokes. You don't want to do choppy strokes like this because it messes with your wrist and stuff. So you always want to try to make long strokes, cut strokes. What's that? Oh. Trying to get, make sure you don't have anything under your paperwork stuff. Like, oh, it's on the edge of the board. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Now I may not do the pin tucks on this one since this one's gonna be like a mock-up to me. This front piece don't have darts. Just realized that, but it does have the center front panel. I mean the fly front. I don't know if it's a mock fly front or whatnot, but I haven't looked that far yet. All right, so piece number one. Okay, there's a little extra that didn't get cut right. I think because it was on the edge. All right. So got my front. All right, so the front is cut. Yay. It's a matter of getting in there, seeing what it looks like. All right, now I can pull this up. Cut this out. All right, making sure. Okay. All right. Getting this cut down as far as I can. All right. Now, I may still go in, since I have this here, I may just leave. I'm going to leave it. And then if I need to cut that back, I can open the seams up and cut that down. So if there's too much excess fabric in the front crotch in the inseam, it's going to cause this to wrinkle right in here, kind of like this is doing right here. So if I take that inseam out and cut that back a little bit, and that's going to pull that down. And so we'll see how that's going to do. That's an easy fix. So I'm going to leave that excess there since I do have the room to work with it, and cut that out later if I need to. So I got a feeling that I am going to have to cut it out. It looked like it's too much, but I did that for a reason, so I'm gonna see what the reason is. All right, I forgot to mark my 2-inch hem, so that wouldn't be good if I had 2 inches in the back, but then add 2 inches to the front. Guess I could turn it to like an asymmetrical cut on the hem. That wouldn't be that pretty. All right. Holding on to this because I didn't want that to pull the weight on my fabric. You know, most tailor places, tailor shops or expert tailors, let me say it that way, like on Savile Row, London, places like that, that's what comes to mind. Um, they don't even pin. They just chalk mark everything out. They mark everything flat out, cut every piece out. Every piece is cut in one fell swoop. So they just draw it out and then just go to cut. That's fascinating to me. I'm not there yet. There's a little extra that apparently I didn't get. Okay. Yeah. I try to pin as less as possible, but I haven't got to the place where I don't have to pin anything. Now, maybe if it was cotton or something like that, or a fabric that didn't sway easy or move easy, it might be different, but it's either pinning or clipping, one of the two. Yeah, you're not there yet either. Yeah, me either. Hey, Lala Bell. Who's Lala Bell? Oh, hey, Timmy. Oh, my goodness. Timmy, how art thou? It's been so long. Listen, where you been? Where you been? All right, so I don't even have to put that little the notch in there because I know that's the back. I mean, who else back shaped like that with the big cutout? It looked like ah, look like it's ready to eat something up. Well, okay. All right, so I do need to mark the dart though. I was gonna lengthen the dart, but I'm not going to lengthen the dart right now because I shortened the waistband, but I shortened it. This is gonna fit where it need to fit, should fit where it need to fit. I shouldn't have to add length to the dart because I cut back the waist. But that's all in what I'm looking for when I get ready to when I check the fit. That's that's what I'm gonna be looking for. All right. So this pants, pretty simple pants. There's no like I said, I don't know if it's a marker. I didn't read the pattern. That's one of the habits I have. Not a really good habit. I don't read my patterns all the time. Um you pen, yeah. On YouTube. I don't do TikTok. Oh, you don't do TikTok anymore? Okay. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be coming back doing a little bit more of this. I did one probably about a couple of weeks ago on altering a wedding gown uh dress. So I like this because videos, they're already here. You don't have to do extra work with TikTok. If I want my videos, I gotta do the extra work and download the videos, post it. But here I can just go cut the video on, record live, and yeah, and keep it moving. All right, so you see how funny this looks, right? It's gonna look funny. It's gonna look funny. It's gonna look funny. All right, so that's why I think if I cut off some of that, um, it may not look as bad. Now, also, it looks like I curved in. You can see, I think some of the issue is going to be I curved in this front a little bit, and that makes a difference. I don't know if you can see this right here because the inseam on that was the back because I had to add so much in the inseam. You see how the inseam is curved in? That's the inseam right there. It curves in like that, but yet the inseam on the front is a little bit straighter. So what's going to happen is tell you this right off the bat. When I make this fit here like this, more than likely that's gonna cause some puckering and stuff right in there at that leg. It's gonna cause some wrinkling in there. So I may have to go back in and I may have to take some of this back out in here and straighten that leg up, straighten that back up again. Okay. So I'm gonna see how this gonna work. All right. So let me go and put this together as is. This is why you do muslin so that you can work it all out. Work it out. Just work it out. Okay. See that difference right there? Now I could go in and scoop out that front and make it match, but it depends on how much fabric I have in the front. We gonna see. We gonna see which direction we need to go. But more than likely, I probably need to um, make that front straight. You see that? Get off of there. I'm trying to hold this up, y'all. Oh, I held it up a little bit too much. I was trying to show wrinkles. See that little wrinkle right there? Might be making a wrinkle in there. Hey, Lynette, how you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right, you said I have to go, but I will revisit this video to catch the info that I missed. Thank you and have a good night. Thank you for being here, Patricia. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, Fly zip. What do you mean fly zip? What you mean? What you mean? What you Remember I said I wasn't gonna do the fly zip. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna pin it and place in the front, the center front. Cause this is all the center front. So I'm gonna pin that in place. Because I just want to see how it's gonna fit. I just want to walk it out. Walk it out. All right, y'all. Y'all didn't know y'all was getting all that, did you? I can't help it. That's just the way God made me. I can't help it. I always ask, why am I like that? I can't help it. Now get out. Now, you can't have fun while you sewing. Why are you even sewing? Why are we doing this? All right, yeah. Cause see, this gonna be a problem. But we're gonna see what the problem is. This will be a good lesson to see what issues come up. Yep, it's gonna be some wrinkling going on. All right, you said doing well. Good. Yeah, we are doing good. We are doing good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all travel with me, shake you up a little bit. Just come on. Just come on. Close your eyes if you see sick. Just follow me. You can work it out with me. Now work it out. Now work it out. All right. Okay. All right, now. Now my mind is telling me just to put any color thread on here. Well, do I have black? I got black. Do I have? Yeah. Yeah, I got black. Let's work with black. Let's work with black. So I was gonna try to find the right color thread to match and all that stuff, but I'm just trying to get a good fit right now. Rats, rats, nail. All right. All right, let's see here. So this will be a good teaching moment, teachable moment. All right, so we'll know what's going on and what to do. This will be our first test. I think I'm gonna like these because I love a good knit pant. Like I said, remind me of the 70s. Remind me of Willona from Good Times. Good times. If We're lucky we got 'em. Mm, 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 mm. Good time. What? Y'all know Willona was fly. That style is in now. I had on me a Willona scarf today, but, I said, I was a little bit too casual, so I put on my, bandana. But, yeah, I had my Willona scarf on and my big earrings. But these bell-bottom pants with the knit pants, leisure suits and stuff like that, man, that was nice. She was fly, wasn't she? You need to make you some knit pants? This is, Vogue 1870. Let me see if I can grab it real quick for you, Lynette. Yes, Vogue 1870. If we lucky, we got 'em. Mm, 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 mm. Good time. Imma do the jacket too. I did the jacket in a denim. I don't know if you all remember it, but it was with the, Zendaya mock-up that I did. But these are the pants, and they gonna be nice. Alright, so let's see. Let me look at that front piece though, 'cause, Miss Erica, man, might be okay, no, I got a center front. I just wanted to make sure, 'cause usually you can do the center front. Now, sometimes what I've done is I've eliminated, the fly front just as a choice and added a zipper there, so it looks like nothing's there, and just add a regular band. But then I would have to change the waistband, all that stuff. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna do just a kind of a basting stitch. I am doing 5/8 stitch, 5/8 inch seam, and I am basting this in place. So one of the things I do not like doing is taking stuff apart. I don't. Once it's done, like it's done for me. So I have to keep telling myself this is a mock-up. This is a mock-up. Yep, Vogue 1870. Do you have it? Because what we're gonna do, I was thinking of you. Hey, Maxine Shaw, what's going on? Maxine, it's been a while. Maxine Kershaw, sorry, Kershaw. Get that Kershaw in there. How have you been? All right, so we are gonna do a sew along September. Um, So I'm gonna do another one of these. I wanna do 2 suits. I wanna do the soft white one, and then I wanna do the Kelly green suit. I'm trying to get these done before, the summer, and then, because I just kept saying I'm gonna do the Zendaya suit and never did it, and I think if I don't get it done now, I won't do it, and Zendaya done moved on to 100 other outfits. Her and Law Roach just I don't even know what to say. Just unmatched. Every time Zendaya steps out, she just a ball of fire. That's all. She just a ball of fire. I like just about everything she put on. She had on something the other day that was a little questionable. I was like, I don't know about that one, Zendaya. I don't know, y'all, but it's not too much. Like everything, pretty much that she wears is so classy. Yo, even the little T-shirt dress, that was the '80s. That was a hit uh, on the '80s. But the T-shirt dress that she did with the heels, that was a Pat Benatar. Um, what's the lady name with the red hair? Cyndi Lauper. That was one of them moments. Cause I don't think I ever seen Whitney Houston wearing no T-shirt dress. But you remember when I was digging the suit? I know, right? See how long ago it's been? You say I remember when. I remember when. I remember when. Listen, that suit, I was swooning over that suit. That when she stepped out of listen, I could have thrown the remote control at the TV. Everybody else had these ridiculous costumes on, which is Met Gala appropriate, right? So let me be fair, Met Gala appropriate, but when Zendaya stepped out in that, oh my goodness, I don't even have words for it. That white suit, every time I think about it now, just still just does something to me. That hat is what did it, y'all. So I started wearing hats to church. I don't have a white one yet because I ain't found a perfect white hat yet. But that suit, white on white on white, white blouse, white vest, white necktie, white hat, white jacket, white pants, white shoes, just just straight fire. So I'm gonna have me a suit now. I do know this, y'all. Don't get me wrong. I do know this. I'm older than Zendaya. I don't have Zendaya's body. I know it's not gonna look the same. I know. But in my head, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna look like Zendaya. You ain't gonna be tell me nothing. Nobody gotta know who I'm trying to look like. Only y'all do. But y'all know I am fully aware that I will not have Zendaya's body. I know this. I know. Uh-oh. I'm sewing up the wrong. What the world? Wait, what is going on here? Lord, I'm trying to y'all see how Zendaya's suit got me messed up? I'm trying to sew the leg to the crotch. I'm trying to sew the hem to the crotch. All right. That's how shook it I get when I talk about that suit. I gotta stop. Gotta stop. Just in my head. Yeah, Walona. Exactly. Well, it, that she listen. She zoned Walona right on in, didn't she? Man, see, that's what see, I was just talking about Walona, right? I didn't even associate the two. Thank you, Will. I didn't even associate the two, but that see, I must be in the Walona zone right now. Just straight in the zone. Straight 70s. Y'all. I'm right. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I can do the 70s. 'Cause I look at good times now because it's on, and I look at them styles now, and I'm like, hey, I can do that now. The Diane von Furstenberg dresses the wrap dresses that she was wearing, yeah, listen, wasn't nobody fly as Willona. Nobody. Even Sugar Daddy wife wasn't a girl wasn't as fly. You remember Sugar Daddy wife? All right, so I'm just gonna I think because these are stretch, I should be able to stretch them over my body. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew this on up. Go ahead and sew it on up. Now what it's gonna look like, I don't know. I'm trying to remember this. Did the front have a the front should have had a 5/8" seam allowance too. Um, what you talking about, Lynette? Why you doing that? Why you saying, "Oh no, Diane"? What did I do? What did I? Cause I be talking so fast. What did I do? You talk about me trying to sew the leg, sew that hem up to the crotch. Oh, think about Zendaya's suit. It'll do it to you. Now, y'all gotta admit that suit was fly. That suit was everything. All that other stuff, I ain't see nothing else. I couldn't even tell you who had on what. All I know is what I saw. I can't even tell you who had on what. All right, so there is I didn't forget the darts. I'm gonna put the darts in. In this knit, you really don't need darts. There's no pockets in this. This is gonna be the easiest pants, and I'm surprised for a Vogue. There is a pin tuck stitched down. I may go ahead and do the pin tuck on the actual suit, but on this one I'm not. Oh yes. So yeah, I was looking like, why is this not fitting? This don't line up because I'm trying to sew the hem to the crotch. Let me try to get in that. Ooh, that's some magical stuff right there. Trying to Ooh, that would be true magic right there. Y'all be talking about that for days on the internet. That might even go viral. Trying to get my foot and my crotch in the same place. I mean, I'm gonna get my foot down, but it's gonna be stuck right there, you know? Anyway, it is. It's not so close to my bedtime. That ain't even close to my bedtime. All right, let's see here. I think I'll probably use Eloflex thread with that suit because since it has a little bit of stretch to it. These pants looking a little narrow in the hips. They looking a little narrow. They're gonna be stretchy. They're gonna be. It's gonna be good that they stretch it because they looking a little narrow to me. All right. See how when I had to curve that side out, how the curve, now the curve comes together. Cause that wasn't about to happen earlier. If I didn't true that up and make that curve balance out. Thank y'all for the likes. If I didn't say that, appreciate it. All right, so I'm almost there. Put the darts in, and I can try it on because what I'm trying to see is the waist. Because remember, I made the change to the waistline. I lowered the waistline so that I can get the waistband on. Now I may have to add width, a little bit of width to the waistband since I lowered it. Since I lowered my pants at the waist, because as you go down your body, of course, unless you have a fluffy waist, well, even still, yeah, either way, you go down, your body gets bigger, unless you got a big waist. That's what I'm trying to say. But you got a tummy, it might not matter because your waist and your hips and stuff might be the same size, so it may not matter. But you have to check for that. If you have a small waist and you have wide hips, of course, as you go down your pants, it's going to get wider. So I might have to adjust my waistband to make it a little bit wider because I am one that has wider waist. Stop making my husband, my son, banana pudding and quick little cobblers and eating ice cream, trying to hang out with them, then I might be fine. Might have a chance to be fine. But if I keep eating like that, it's gonna be hard to find anything. It's gonna be hard to find my belly button. Yeah, I was talking about my belly button. Okay. All right. Just a little short darts. Plus I gotta put 5/8 inch. That's a little short dart. I might have to change my darts up. I might have to lengthen those too. Alright. You mean by shortening the waistband? Yeah. If you're talking about shortening the waistband, the waistline, yeah, I'm applying her technique of what she learned. I don't know, Erica, she's taking classes like this too. Yeah, okay, so hang on. I'm gonna uh, put these on real quick so I can see what they look like. Yeah, these almost the same color as my leisure pants that I have on. They're leisure pants just a little bit darker. All right, yeah. Those little short darts, they got to be lengthened. Okay. So now I still, man, did I not do I have these on backwards? No, I got the dart in the front. Okay, so my pants are they're still long in the back. Hang on. I'm gonna get y'all. Yeah, okay. That's not cute. Okay, so I made the adjustment. So I'm gonna show y'all something has gone horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Cause these are almost something ain't looking right. I don't know what happened, but something ain't looking right. Now, when I share this with y'all, I need y'all not to laugh, okay? Because what goes on YouTube stays in YouTube, okay? Can I get a yes or an amen? Pull that back. All right, now I almost feel like I have these on backwards or something because something's not quite doing it. All right, so remember the adjustment that I made in the front? Don't start, Lynette. Don't start. You see, it's a good thing I have pants on because you see, all right. So what I did was I cut down the waistband, waistline. But look at this right in here. So this is that extra in the back, I think. Okay. So this is supposed to go up like this. Once the waistband, this is my waist right here, right? So I cut this down an inch from my waist. Once I put the waistband on, that should come up like this. Okay. So that shouldn't be no problem. But it's the back. Maybe I shouldn't have cut the back down. Maybe I just should have cut the front and just evened it off. Because my butt is out. Y'all see that? Oh, y'all can't see. Sorry. Can y'all see that? My butt is out. Oh, and if I put now, that's gonna take me back to square one. Well, wait a minute. Let me see here. Okay, so I don't have the waistband on right now, but if I do, I pull this up. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can't see. Maybe I need my waistband on. Hang on. Let me get the waistband on. Don't laugh. I did. I cut down an inch and a half. So I'm thinking maybe when I pull this up, because I've got the extra in the crotch here. So when I pull this up, okay, let me get my waistband on. Maybe it'll make sense. Maybe it'll make sense. So I get my waistband on. I'm gonna turn you around this way because I don't need y'all to see myself out. Okay, where's my pants at? All right, got the slide old table out the way. All right. All right, I'm gonna do a mock waistband, and we got to figure this out because I need some answers. Because that looked better without. Um, but now, if I kept the 1.5 inches on and still put the waistband on, then the crotch in the front would definitely be too long. All right. So why when you do your mock-ups, you got to get it all done. So, oh, hang on. Bring y'all back over here because I need to cut my waistband out. All right. I didn't cut my waistband out first time, remember? There we go. All right. No, cut the back down. If I cut the back down, are you saying like I should not have cut the back down? If I cut the back down in the moment, I just might as well not have no backs. I might as well not have anything cover my back. All right, so now I got to figure out what did I do with my. Okay. So now I need to measure. And since this is elastic, since this is elastic, I'm going to just stitch them up and see how it's going to work. All right, so my back, I'm going to include the seam allowances. All right, so my back waistband, so I'm going from seam allowance to seam allowance. Okay, measuring the whole thing. So my back should measure 11.25 inches. That's how much that piece should measure out. And then the front, okay, measuring from seam allowance to seam allowance, that should measure about 11.25 also. So let's see. Let's see here. This is going to be cut on the fold. Oh, you know what? The back is cut on the fold. Okay. All right, well, let's do that then. All right, so I'm going to eliminate the seam allowance for the back, direct back seam. And I'm going to measure from side seam allowance to the seam. So that's a 10.5 inch piece on the fold. All right, and then that was 11.25. So the bottom edge needs to measure 11.25. Okay. All right, it's still good. Still good. That's 12 inches. That's the front. And the back needs to measure 10 inches. I ain't got to do a thing. Okay. All right, then. Well, let's get the cutting. All right, well, let's make this thing work. Let's get the show on the road. All right, y'all. Y'all praying with me because I need for this to work. Work. I am going to go ahead and do 2 pieces. So I'll sew those together just like it would be a waistband. All right. Okay. I'll bring this over a little bit. There we go. Make sure we got enough up there. Try not to make short, choppy strokes. All right, so this is the back. I'm gonna stitch those together. And I'm gonna have to do this way for the front. Trying to have zero waste if possible. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with the extra, but I mean, I can still have zero waste. These my inspirational. These my inspirational fabric weights I got from Bianca with Things I Made this. These were spiritual weights. Fight, good fight. Fight, finish, keep. Fight a good fight, finish the race, and keep the faith. Psalms Timothy. Y'all know I'm tired. 2 Timothy 2, 4 through 7, 4 and 7. This one says, by his stripes we are healed. Isaiah 53 and 5. I need to wear my glasses. And this one says, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Okay. Trying not to make short, choppy strokes, but I'm in a short space here. Okay, I'll push this down here. Let me clip that here. All right. And I am going to stitch up the front just as a mock. So, oh, you know what? I need to do 4 of these. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm not going to do a interfacing right now. I don't think I have any. I mean, I would do one real quick. Something's saying do the interfacing. Yeah, I'm just trying to hurry up. Just trying to finish. Okay, all right. If I can find it, I'll put it on there. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go. All right. So we're about to cut the next piece out. All right. This is the facing. I mean, if you're gonna do the mock-up, just do it right. Generally, I would put a zipper in it, but I don't feel like going through. I don't have time to really go through all of the steps to do the mock-up. But when we're actually doing it, when I actually do my pants, then I will do the. I'm going to do the fly front. That's what I'm trying to say. But for now, I'm just doing the mock-up, so I'm just going to stitch up the center seam. Okay. All right, so that's the center seam. That's the back. Is that the center? Where's okay? Here's that's the center front. I mean, that's the front waistband. All right, so I'm gonna look here really quick and see because I really feel like I need to put the elastic. I mean, the interfacing in. I'm just gonna find what I have, and look what I have. A little stretchy stuff. Okay. All right, so let's make it work. So I said if I can find it, I'll put it in there. So here we go. I only need to do but one of each. Okay, you got to come off because you're pulling this down. Okay. Y'all bear with me. Y'all yet holding on? Do y'all remember that? Y'all yet holding on? All right. Remember I said y'all try not to do short choppy strokes, but you know, sometimes it just happens that way. I ain't saying it's right, but you know how your parents used to say, don't do as I do as I say. I know that sounds awful, don't it? Okay. Okay, so that goes with that. All right, we're gonna make it work. I already have my iron on, it's hot and ready to go. Uh diamonds here. Look like you should cut the back down. Oh, you said that, I think. Wait a minute. Who said Will said? I'm sorry, Will, I didn't see your comment. I'm sorry, I missed a lot of y'all comments. All right, so Diamond said, now you said don't okay. Or rather, did you do any adjustments to the back? Yeah, I did cut the back down. I did make adjustments to the back. I did a full butt adjustment. Um, I did sway back. And what I did was cut 1.5 inches off the top of the waistband so that my waistband could fall right at my waist and not give me a high waist. Will says, no, take off the pants and turn it around. It may be better. No, I thought it was too, Will, but it's not. It looked like it should be backwards, don't it? Mm-mm. But the darts were in the right place because the front don't have darts, but the back do. So yeah, oh, you know what? Let me make sure. Yeah, the back have darts, but the front don't because the front has a fly front. So there's no darts in the front. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Will. Would have been good. But I think what it is once the band is on, it's gonna pull everything in place where it needs to be. And I think that I'm praying. Y'all better be praying over there. Shonda Hawa Kawasaki and all of that. Please help me. Please help me. Never let a day go by, not realize. If it hadn't been for the Lord who was on my side. All right. Okay, so let me all right, so y'all can see me over here. And yeah, if I cut the back down, Diana, then all my little butt, you're gonna start seeing the butt crack and all kind of stuff. This ain't that kind of party, Diana. All right. Normally on the darker fabric, I would put dark interfacing, but this is what I have for right now. I'm on the move. Ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on the move. Yeah. Gotta keep it going. All right, while that's happening, let me see. YouTube. Okay. All right, that's one piece. All right, that goes with that. I'll put you over here. And I only need to do one. So don't take it for granted. Okay. Have been for the Lord who's on my side. I realize never let a day go by. And I realize. Okay, now I can't remember which one was the curve part. Okay, that's the curve part. All right. All right, a little bit. I might have to turn it down a little bit because I don't want I don't want my video to get banned. Okay. All right. Ooh, I could have used I got my little Cricut, my heat press now. This would have worked fine. If I had it set up, I could use my heat press to do these little small pieces. All right, let's see if y'all got any comments for me. You say I meant not cut the back down. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that's why I'm checking now. If this don't work, then I'm gonna leave the back and I just have to put it next time I'll do another mock-up pair. I put the pants on me and then cut the waist that way. But it should be fine because I'm thinking it's this is gonna be this waistband action. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, what part? The curve part. So this part is the part with the pen. Okay. All right, that was that one. All right. Okay, y'all ready to come? Y'all ready to come with me back to the sewing machine? All right, sorry. Motion sickness. Sorry about that. Y'all thought I lost you. Whew. I hit something. I don't want to try nothing. Can you get off my screen? Can you please get off? Okay, there we go. Nope, you're still on there. All right. Hey, Tam. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right, y'all. So here, let's get this on here. Let's get this on waistband. Now, this is going to be a little tricky because I might have to, because this is a regular stitch. So if I put this on, y'all hear something go pop, 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 pop. That's just, I don't have no stretch thread on it. And I don't have my domestic machine set up. I don't feel like fooling with it. I don't. Okay. All right, I'm not gonna do any pressing right now. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do this to the. Go ahead and do this to the top, to the front piece, and then I'll add the back on. So I'm just gonna kind of stretch it a little bit. Remember, this is stretchy, so it's not like I'm stretching it out of place. I just need it to not pop as much when I'm sliding it over my hips. That's all. Because it technically has a waist. I don't know how this gonna work. Because this has a. I might not should have. I might have to open these seams up because it has a zipper in the front, and I just assume that it's gonna stretch over my hips, and it may not, but we about to find out. We's about to find out now. You put your Teflon presser foot on your Juki for knits. Which one is that one? The white bottom foot, or do you use the one that has the wheel? The one for the wheels take like velvets and stuff like that, but it still works. I use them interchangeably for both. Okay, so I'm not pressing. Notice I'm not pressing because I'm just wanting to see how this is going to do. Just want to see. But I might have to open that center front seam up so I can get my hips in it. Because my derriere is a little bit larger than my waist, and it might not work. 'Cause I ain't fooling myself. I'm just looking for miracles. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this portion over my hips. If I can get this portion on my hips, then I'll be good. But if I hear the slightest little popping, I'm gonna have to change plans. I'm gonna do this off camera because I ain't having y'all laughing at me. Y'all's not gonna be laughing at me. It looks like it might work. I'm trying to just lay these flat enough so I can get them on my body. I'm not pressing anything out. Oh my goodness. There's some craziness right here. That is some crazy stuff right there. I don't even have oh wait, never mind. No, that is crazy. Because I got the interfacing on one side of one and then it is a mock-up. Alethea. It's a mock-up. Don't worry about it. Keep moving. It's a mock-up. Keep it going. You could always do that later. Keep it going. Don't even look. Did y'all see that? You 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 won't laugh because I was trying to decide which side I'm gonna pin it on so I know which is the inside, which is the facing. But apparently got facing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Go go. All right. Apparently it's not gonna even matter. All right. I'm just stitching the edges together. Yeah. I always laugh when I hear that. I keep saying I'm gonna oil it, but it sounds like a little cat or something purring. You think I got a little pet or something treating it bad? I guess your machine could be considered as a pet. I don't think I treat it bad though. All right. Now, normally, if you're gonna do a mock-up, go through the channels of pressing and doing all that stuff, right? Okay, I'm gonna press it since I just told y'all that. I'm gonna press it, but first I need to see if I can get it over my hips. I think I can. It looks like I can. Diamond, don't start, okay? Hmm. It's called Russian. Yes, exactly. You see, here's popping. She stopped. Right. You already know that. If I hear popping, I'm stopping. If y'all hear popping, don't be laughing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Go, go. All right. So the back is cut on the back is cut on the fold. So, oop, oops. It was only one pop. At least it was only one. But I did get it up. I did make it, y'all. Hang on, let me press this out and I'm gonna sew it. I did. Only one pop. Did y'all hear that one? It was one. But I'm gonna be good and I'll press it. So it'll look, because I need to see how the waistband's gonna measure up. Ooh. It's gonna be a little bulky in some areas because I didn't cut the seams down. But y'all, seriously, when you do this, make sure you take your time, cut your seam allowances out, press, do everything the right way, just like you would normally do it on your regular pants, dress, whatever, because you got to see what it's going to look like when it's actually being done. All right, I am truly rushing and the only reason I'm rushing this, I'm gonna redo this because if they do end up being coming out right, I will redo them, the waistband. If these fit pretty good, I may not even put elastic, not elastic, a fly front in these just because they are stretchy. But I will redo the waistband. Time, Diana. Dirty Diana. All right, so so remember I tell you like when you cut stuff out, wait, okay, that's the back. All right, that's the back. All right, so we're gonna put the folded piece on the back. All right. we go. And remember, this is a contoured waistband, which means that it's shaped to curve. Because think about it, we're not straight, right? We're not straight. Most people are not straight, especially women. We're not straight. We don't have straight bodies. So to give us a straight waistband, it's almost now some people are. Now, some people are. It works. If you sew for a mannequin, then yes, it's gonna be straight. But most people are not straight. That's not even a black and white thing. That's just our bodies, real bodies. Okay, that was the yeah. I hope this work. I'm stopping if this don't work. If this is not it, because something has gone horribly wrong, and it's getting late for me to try to figure it out. I have to go to the drawing board, redraft another muslin to kind of figure out what's going on. All right. All right, we're gonna start at the back and work our way around. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of stretch. I only heard one pop. Did y'all hear the pop? It was only one. And thank God it was only one. Because if I heard pop, 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 that was it. That's it. All right. So I'm gonna stretch this as I go. And I'm laying my seams flat so I can make sure that I get to those good. All right, I am sewing with a 5.0 stitch, so I want to make sure it's cut. I can easily take this apart because I'm basting it now. Erica asked me earlier, did I prefer a straight waistband or contour? It's hard to say that word sometimes, but I prefer a contoured waistband because it molds to my waist and my body better because of the way I am shaped. If you want it that has no waistline, um, and you're not sway back or tootie booty or short waist or anything like that, then you probably could be okay with a straight waistband. Yeah, almost round the corner. Come in round the corner, she come. All right, here we go. All right, back to the place called there. All right, that is about exactly a 1.5 inch. That's a 1.5 inch waistband. So that might be the trick. I have to apologize you for being a live sewing show. Thanks, Erica. I think we want more style with age, straight versus contour. Yeah. Well, you say you want straight or you want contoured? Oh, okay, so let me get these on and try. Let's see what these gonna look like. I feel like this gonna make a difference, or I can control it to fit better. So we'll see. All right, let's see here. That's the back. Okay. Oh, I hear someone popping. Okay. Okay then. All right, so here. All right. I could probably use a little bit more room with part. Okay, wrong tripod. I can use some more width here, but these are Walona style 70s pants that's fits. And put y'all over here. Put y'all back there a little bit. Okay. All right, y'all. So I do have some drag lines in there. So can y'all see? Now that is good. The waistband, the placement of the waistband. All right, that is good. However, I still have these lines right in here. Okay, so that means, let's see here. Okay, so that little extra that was in there, I might need to take that back out. And also remember that area in there where the front and the back I curved out, I carved out. That's an issue too. So I need to straighten that up. And instead of having it so curved. And so that's going to give me more room. So it's almost like the back. You see where it's pulling right in here? So it's almost like the back is pulling. So I curved out the back. And so I should have made the back straight and in the inseam. And that's going to help that give me some more room in here. All right. So that's not pulling in there. But that's better, right? It's not on my butt. Yeah. So, but there are the drag lines and stuff right there. Okay. So we need to get rid of those. We need to get rid of those right in there. So it makes sense. Yeah. So you have lines, but look at the difference. Right. Exactly. No belt loops. Yeah, I'm not a belt loop person. The less around my waist, the better. I don't like belt loops. Like I have belt loops on my jeans, I know, but you'll never see me wear a belt. If I do a belt, it's gonna be like a tie or something. But yeah, so what I need to do, let's go in and all right. Yeah. So there's a lot of like fabric right in here. So without me without me trying to look crazy, I'm gonna see if I add fabric to the front inseam and do that same little curving, kind of the same what I did for the back. So either that or I'll go in, like I said, and add to the front. I mean add to the back so that it will not pull. Because right now it feels like it's pulling to the back. So when you have those drag lines like that, they're pulling this way. Except for, can you see in the back? It don't look like it looks fine in the back, right? You don't have the drag lines in the back. It's just in the front. And it may be that I just need to add, I think I need to add a little bit to the inseam in the front. I'm gonna start there, right? But the back looks fine. So we're gonna see. It's almost, in a way, if you see where I'm pulling, it almost looked like it's too much in the crotch in the front. If I minimize that and take some of this out here, but I'm almost scared to do that because I don't want no camel toe. But I'm gonna pin this here. See what's happening when I pull this line out? Now it could be, y'all see that? See, I pinched some of this out here. And so it might need to, it's possible I need to go in and curve the front crotch and and not add a little bit, but I'm gonna try to curve it out first. I'm gonna try to scoop it out the front a little bit and see if that does it. But see how when I take this out here, then that makes that a little bit smoother there. So that just kind of suggests that there's too much. It suggests really there's too much in here, but if it's pulling, then it could be that it's not enough. I don't think it's that. I'm pinching this out. I think I just need to go in and take some out in the crotch, in the leg, right in here in the front. But other than that, but see now when I do that, look what happens in the back. See that right there? All right. So we got to work that out. All right. Ooh, Lord, don't let me stick myself. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. I can't reach back there all the way. I can't see what I can't get back there. Lord Jesus, don't let me stick myself. On camera, I thought about opening the top inseam. I thought about that, but then I thought I'm live. I'll do it when I'm not on camera. That's what I thought about doing. Yeah. Yeah, that was my thought, Erica, to open up the seams to see what I'm doing. See what, but see, look at that. See that right there? So now I'm wondering if I didn't need to add as much seam allowance. So now this is making me wonder if I'm getting tired. See that little tired puppy? Anyway, um, it makes me wonder now when I make the adjustment to my crotch length, I need to decide first and foremost where I want my pants to um how I want my pants to sit. So then because that will determine how much scooping out in here I need to do. I'm gonna think about that and get back with y'all. Let you know. All right. But if I was to take out the this in here and here, and I definitely need to add some in here to the sides or get some better spanks one. Yeah, you remember that how the inner thigh was the back is cut different than the front? I'm thinking that's some of it. So I'm gonna see if I can cut the back straight because in the seat, because you see you've got this little extra here and in the back, I'm pulling that well, actually pulling extra here. So if I take that little 3/4 of an inch off of the back, that and then straighten that back leg up to match the front, that may help a lot because I kind of thought that might be an issue. Um, but yeah, so that's gonna be it for tonight. So y'all come back for part two of me fitting the pants. I'm gonna work on these and see where we are. But that waistband made a big difference. Made a big difference. That feels exactly where I like my pants to my waistband to sit. It's like this is my waist right here. And I like my waistband to sit right in my pants. This right here with my waistband up to here with the waist seam at my waistband will be up here. That be nothing's wrong with a high waist pants. Like in the 70s, they were high waist, but I'm not a fan of that. It just feels I don't like it. Um, Frowns point to the problem. Right. Exactly. So that's why I got these pinned out. So I can see go in and fix that. But so far, and I'm glad if you can see the length of it. I don't know if you can see the length. Here, let me pull this down. All right, let me turn this around. So I'm glad I lengthened it. Can you see? Can't see with these on. They're still a little short. If I and that's me adding 2 inches to it. So when I cut them, I am going to, and I have to remember that I did cut 2 inches off this. So next time I cut these, I'm going to add 4 inches 4 inches to the length instead of 2 inches. So I have enough at least to turn under. This is okay, but that's almost borderline to me because I like to wear heels and I usually like my pants almost dragging the ground. So, um, so yeah, but yeah. So this right here is definitely need to add more room in here. Add more room in here, that'll be fine. But I need to address this, make that fit. So yeah, we'll work those out. All right. Um, Lynette, you said right. That's a good length for a flat. Right. Well, no, I don't like a break. That's if you like a break in your pants. I don't care. I like my pants like dragging the ground. Almost, basically, at least almost close to touching the ground. So I don't care. I don't like mine with the break. And for men, that's fine. Women sometimes like theirs that way too. We usually don't care. Um, but men, they have like three different lengths for theirs: full break, a half break, and then a little slight little break in there. But anyway, that's it, y'all. That's where I am. That's all I'm gonna do for tonight. So if you're just tuning in or you came in late, let me grab that pattern. All right, so for those of you that are coming in, this is the look that we're going for. This is the pattern that I'm working on, Vogue 1870. So I am my next pair. I am probably going to let it out a little bit, and you can see it is a fitted pants on her. So I think I probably just need to maybe wear a good Spanx, but I am just for my little muffin top shape, my little blow pop shape, as my husband call it. I need to add me a little bit of room to the hips. Um, but I'm gonna address those issues. And when I do, when next time I come in, we'll start out with me hopefully having made the adjustments, and I can talk about it, and then we can move into the next step. Uh, oh, you 6'2", so you like the hem like men's wear? Okay, I get it. Yeah, I do the braid. Yeah, I do like my pants pretty much dragging. I like my pants long. I do. I don't if I wear heels and they're like up at the top of my foot, they're almost too short for me. I'm 5'7.5". Yeah, and when I wear heels, I'm about 6 foot, 6 feet tall. So I wear about a 4 heel, so anywhere I 6'1". But I do like them almost touching the ground. Yeah. Um, Thank you for joining the live tonight, Lynette. I appreciate it. It's been good to see and talk with you. We're gonna probably do a Zoom so along. Well, actually, I'll stream it through Zoom, but it'll probably streamed here, and I'm gonna see if I can get it streamed through TikTok because there's some people who don't do social media here. I can't stream through Facebook anymore. I think that app Zoom doesn't allow you to do that, and I don't think StreamYard. I don't think StreamYard allows you to stream, or Facebook doesn't allow StreamYard to stream there anymore. I'm not sure which way how it goes, but either way, I'm gonna do it through Zoom, and you can either join me on the Zoom while I'm streaming live, or you can watch it here, or watch it on TikTok as if I can get it streamed there. But if not, if you can't catch it, you'll be able to catch it on the replay. But that's gonna be in September. All right, we might do something in August too, but definitely for sure, um, in September. And y'all take a note of this, because this is a guarantee. Like Justin the Cajun Cook used to say. There will be a virtual sew day. You remember how we did the 10K sew day? So October will officially October 19th, I believe, is the official 10-year Facebook anniversary. So just like we did our 10,000 member virtual sew day, we're going to do a 10K, 10,000. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm sleepy. A 10-year anniversary virtual sew day all around the world. So so far, Diana is representing Las Vegas. Of course, I'm here in Augusta in Georgia. A couple of people in Atlanta probably will join in. Um, yeah, it's different people all over. So I will. You have more details about it. You'll be able to plan if you're going to sponsor it or host it in your area, your so day, so that we'll be able to meet up and go live and do virtual events and stuff like that. All right. So those of you that was looking for a retreat this year, no retreat this year, because we're getting too late in the year for me to decide on what to do and where I want it. But look for something next year, and but definitely look for the 10-year anniversary, and there'll be other things coming up too. All right. I love y'all to life. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all to life, and y'all have a good night. And I will give you the heads up on when I come back in for part 2. All right. Talk to y'all later. All right. You're welcome. It's good to see you, Lynette. Oh, I appreciate it. Let me know. Show us in the group what you were sewing. All right. Talk to you later.